Hey gang, Danielle Egnew here. Once again, you're getting me in my robe and I'm drinking my coffee. And the reason I'm coming to you like this morning is because I was hit with such a big message to pass on from the angelic realm that here we are. Hi. Listen, I'm here to talk to you about compassion. Now, that sounds a little cheesy, so don't tune out right yet. What this is in regard to is this whole entire end of this election cycle. Gang, I am seeing all over Facebook, all over Twitter, all over Instagram. I'm hearing about people's experiences on Snapchat where whole entire family members just aren't talking to each other anymore because of people's political stances in this election. Let's take that a step further. I know people on Facebook who have defriended people who support a candidate that they don't support. Guys, look, if we keep going this way, we are going to completely miss the entire message of what this floor show of an election has been all about. So that's the message I'm here to deliver, is that it's not about who you support or don't support. And if you are wanting to defriend someone or stop talking to someone because their political alignment is not where yours is, I got to pass on a message here. That means there's something in you that you aren't settled with. That's the truth. If you want to cut somebody off because they have a differing opinion than you do, I mean, cut them off completely because of their opinion, because of one tiny opinion in their life, then that's no longer about politics. That's about who you think you are. Ooh, I know this is going to be an unpopular message for many people, but hear me out. This instinct that we have to polarize and to extricate is part of the old world. And by the way, when did we become the United States of the butthurt? I mean, since when in this nation has it not been possible for us to sit down and discuss polarized viewpoints and maybe disagree, but say, well, if you want to think that, fine, that's not my reality, but rock on with your bad self. When have we lost that ability? That is a statement on us. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with victimization, and I personally don't agree with subjugation, and I personally don't agree with racism. However, if someone is choosing that lesson, I don't have to completely decide that they are this piece of dirt under my shoe because they don't think like me. Obviously, they have those opinions and those lessons for a reason. I can try to speak to that person, but just cutting people off? Guys, whoa! Then we become the creeper that we're accusing other people of being. There is great hypocrisy in just cutting people off. Now, I know you probably don't want to hear this today. I know you probably want to hear, you're right, you are ascending. You should cut people off who don't think like you because they are of a lower consciousness. Yet that's not what the angels talk about. They talk about viewing everybody in the space they're in. And even though we may not agree and it may not be our lifestyle, just being able to say, wow, I am going to extend that person who is suffering and drowning in so much fear, I'm going to extend them compassion. And in that compassion, perhaps I will be able to forgive myself in areas that I am so intense and non-forgiving, in areas that I polarize myself and judge myself and become so black and white with myself that I damage my identity of who I think I am. And in extending compassion to this person whose opinions that I completely don't even understand and who actually, I believe, live on a different planet of understanding than I do, then I can then extend compassion to myself when I feel I have missed the mark or I feel that I cannot live up to the expectations that I put up for myself. You see the bigger picture here? This is the most divisive election in modern history. And you know why? Because we've needed to look within. We had a cast of characters this election that is incredible. And really, we're not going to see that again for a very, very long time. Now, I know that gets a big round of applause from me personally, just as somebody who sees the future. However, let's not let this lesson of this election go by the wayside. Now, I know there's many of you that are going to hear this message today and think, look, you unicorn-riding, tree-hugging freak, how can you say that we shouldn't have opinions and stand up for what's right? I didn't say don't have your opinions, and I didn't say don't stand up for what you believe is right. What I am saying, and actually it's what the universe is saying, I'm just passing it along, people, in my finest clothes, that if we cut people off because we disagree, we become part of the problem. We become those people. We become a polarizing factor that many of us speak out against. And we don't want to be a hypocrite, do we? So, in going forward with this election, you're going to encounter people that you disagree with. But please, don't become the United States of the butthurt. Please. Just simply maybe hide those Facebook feeds until this election is over. Maybe just choose to not engage certain family members with political discussions and perhaps precurse that choice with saying, I love you, mom, dad, brother, sister, whomever. Yet I'll tell you what, this is not a discussion that I feel like participating in. So let's get back to something that we can actually agree on. That, folks, is called compassion. That's called understanding. And a lot of times we get addicted to our anger, and we get addicted to having a third-party reason for becoming so mad and angry at people. And actually, if you're staying mad, even staying mad through this message, I'd like to point out that perhaps you're not even mad about the message at all. Perhaps you may be fearing losing one of these candidates to project your inner anger on, and then you'll just have to own all that anger inside. Both of these candidates, Hillary and Trump, have brought forward a lot of shadows in each one of us. And let's give them both a standing ovation for their participation in the ascendance of the consciousness of America and the learning for all of us. Listen, there are all kinds of candidates out there that personally turn me sideways. Yet I'll tell you what, I do understand the nature of spiritual physics, and I understand the difference between my own opinions and my little isms and my stuff and what's trying to happen here. So let's all step into that place of humility with the universe. God knows I am not perfect, gang, and neither are any one of us watching this. And guess what? We're not supposed to be. We're supposed to be full of love and compassion. So please, if you have this big instinct to cut people off, recognize that that is actually an intolerance with yourself. That's going to take a while to process. You may need to take a break from certain people while they process that information also. Yet know that this ends in beauty and in love. And you can stand up for something you believe in without being nasty. That's called maturity. And that has nothing to do with spirituality. That's just a choice. So go forward, have a terrific rest of your week. And remember, we're all here to learn. Go have some coffee with somebody and share some time, because that's what's important. Love to everybody, regardless of your political viewpoint. See ya.